Hey guys, what's happening? It's Nate with PlayYourCourt.com. Today we're doing a bag check and I'm going to show you everything you need to get ready for match day. Alright guys, today is all about being prepared. A lot of us are returning to the courts after a long layoff, and whether we're playing a match or we're practicing, we want to make sure we have everything we need to be successful and enjoy that day when we get back to the courts. Alright, this is for Play Your Court members of every level, because it doesn't matter how experienced you are, if you don't prepare, it could be a rough day on the court. All right, so let's jump into it. Obviously, the most important thing, what you're gonna need, is a tennis racket. All right, and so this is interesting. This bag, I'll show you a little story. So this bag, I actually had packed for a trip to Indian Wells, California. Scott and I and the team, we were heading out there to work with several academy members, run a couple clinics, but we were really excited for this collaboration, this little project we were doing with Essential Tennis, Ian Westerman and Kevin. We were gonna get into some match play. We did it last year, we were gonna run it back. I was gonna play Kevin, Scott was gonna play Ian and probably run some dubs. So I packed this bag, man, and I was thinking, like, what do I need? Like, I just want to make sure that whatever the elements are, I want to be ready. So going back to the rackets, this is why it's interesting. I packed several strung rackets, but I also packed several unstrung rackets. So lots of rackets in here. I've got 7 total. Some already had strung and some I did not. And the reason being is Scott and I were having this debate as to what happens to the tension of the racket when I'm playing. So typically I bring mine inside the cabinet, typically in a backpack or whatever else. And I think they're relatively safe there without losing tension. Because of this large bag and everything I was traveling with, I was checking it. And therefore, with it going into cargo, my understanding is that they lose tension. So just in case I didn't want to get out there and suddenly enter a match with 20 pounds of tension, so I brought some that are unstrung. All right, so what is my racket of choice, my lightsaber? I am a huge fan of this Wilson blade, this V7, it's a 98-16 by 19. Now it comes in at 10.8, but this thing packs a wallop. It's got a swing weight of 328, so it's no joke. But super silky, super responsive. The sweet spot sits a little bit higher, which I like, gives me a little bit of length, but a ton of pop and a ton of feel. About 7-point headlight on these bad boys. But if you're looking for a racket, man, definitely give this a go. Now with that being said, a lot of people ask me about the rackets that I'm playing with. And I do have an older gen of these Blade 98Ss. Wilson's not manufacturing these, but these come in at about 10.4, and these are 18 by 16 string patterns, so totally open, produce a ton of spin. I'm moving away from these now that my arm is healing, but they were a great backup just in case. All right, so let's move on with this. So got the rackets. Gotta have a stencil, man. If you're gonna string your rackets, you gotta represent. Of course, you know, wristbands, hot, sweaty, definitely out in the heat of California. So how to be prepared for this. This is super cool. This is something from Tennis Builders. Now you can see on this racket, I have the bevels numbered. This was for clinics working with students, and this has the numbers, and it goes on the grip, and it's tacky, and it has little measurements to show you where 2 and 6 are, so you can actually feel it. Helps you with that semi-western continental grip. I think that's about it. Some energy blocks. Huge fan of these guys. If you haven't checked these out, Cliff energy blocks. These are awesome. All right, you can get them with caffeine, without caffeine, but definitely will get you fueled up and ready if you start hitting some low gas there on the court. Strings, got lots of it. Currently a big fan of the Luxilon, the Alu Power Rough. Ton of pop, ton of spin. Ball falls off a cliff, which I like. I play with a lot of spin. So that has been my string, of course. That has been my string of choice lately. All right, moving on. What am I missing on the outside? Grips. Man, I've got several packs in there. My most valued commodity of anything that I pack. Sometimes in between matches, but definitely after matches, I'm re-gripping my racket. I've mentioned in the past I have an arm injury, but I need that tackiness. What I like about this though, this is the Wilson Comfort. So it's still really pleasant, not too rigid, but definitely a phenomenal grip. All right, moving on. Hats, gotta have them, all right? Typically pack white because it's gonna be hot, man. And it goes with everything, right? Can't have a purple hat with the wrong outfit. Half a foam roller, super easy to travel with. Sometimes the foam rollers get cumbersome, but this is great for after a match, getting stretched out and getting everything feeling better. This is a nightmare, all right? But same thing, rolling out the legs, rolling out the arms, staying loose. And then we go up the ladder of torture, all right? Lacrosse ball. Typically, this is, I'll cross my legs, basically lean over on the lacrosse ball, get my glutes, those hamstrings loosened up, helps with the hip. You can do it on your lower back, up on the shoulder, and then if you're really, really tight, a golf ball, but especially under the foot for the fascia, super awesome. And then I have some bands, all right? Typically putting these around the legs to warm up, side shuffling, lunges, whatever it might be. This is typically for the upper body. You can use this by tying a knot for the lower body as well. Upper body, you know, doing different things to get warmed up. But last but not least, gotta have a towel, right? You gotta have a towel, not like a big towel. But here, rocking the Player Court, gotta represent. Such a soft towel, man. I love this thing. If you guys are looking for PYC swag, man, go into our store. We've got so much good stuff, but this towel I highly recommend. I like the big towels because I sweat a lot. That way I'm not, if I have a small towel, I'm not like, you know, toweling off and then going to my face and the thing is soaking wet. So get yourself a towel. All right, guys, that is the bag check. You don't have to pack all of it, but definitely pack some of it. I recommend Rackets. That's a good way to start. All right, guys, really hope you enjoyed it today. If you liked the video, hit like. If you never want to miss a Play Your Court video, hit subscribe. We're going to be back on the courts here really soon. We're looking forward to bringing some new content to you really soon. Stay well. See you guys.